What you've been searching for isn't out there. You think it might be. You hope that it is. And every day you reach again, scrolling, swiping, chasing, planning, pushing. You tell yourself that if you can just get the next thing, the right thing, the final thing, then maybe that missing piece will click into place. Maybe the fog will lift. Maybe the restless hum inside your chest will quiet down. But it never does it? That whisper of dissatisfaction, that soft emptiness that you try to silence with noise or ambition or even self-help, always seems to come back. Sometimes late at night, when the world has gone quiet and you're alone with your thoughts. Sometimes in a crowd, feeling detached despite the noise around you. You can laugh, succeed, socialize, even inspire others, and still feel like something essential is just not there. It's easy to believe the next success will be the one that finally satisfies, or the next relationship, or the next purchase, the next breakthrough, the next vacation, the next version of yourself. But the truth no one tells you, because it doesn't trend and it doesn't sell, is this. What you're truly longing for cannot be found out there. Because it's not out there. It's always been waiting within. You weren't designed to live disconnected from your creator. But that's what most of the world does, often unknowingly. And that's why even in a life full of progress, you can still feel spiritually starved. We are so quick to fuel our schedules, but so slow to feed our souls. We prioritize everything visible while neglecting the one thing that gives everything else its meaning. What if the thing you've been searching for is not a solution to your problems, but a relationship that redefines how you see them? What if the hole you keep trying to fill with success, love, status, and knowledge was actually placed there to draw you to the only one who can truly satisfy? You've heard the word God before. Maybe it felt distant. Maybe it felt like tradition or obligation. But what if God's love isn't something you have to earn or perform for? What if it's the very thing you've been unknowingly craving? A relationship with God is not a backup plan for broken people. It is the original design for every person. You were not created to rely only on your mind, your will, or even other people to feel whole. You were created to walk daily in communion with a God who knows you, sees you, and loves you exactly as you are. Not the polished version of you, not the spiritual version, just you, right here, right now, with all the doubts, all the confusion, all the emotional clutter. When you begin to talk to God daily, not with religious pressure or flowery language, but with honesty, you'll start to notice something shift. Life doesn't always get easier, but it gets lighter. Peace starts to take root. Identity becomes less fragile. Suddenly, you're no longer chasing things for validation. You're receiving love that doesn't waver with your performance. And that kind of love redefines everything. Prayer is not a magic formula. It's a lifeline. It's not about getting what you want, but about connecting with the one who already knows what you need. And when you receive God's love consistently, it rewires how you think. You stop asking life to give you what only God can. You stop trying to outrun your emptiness and begin to understand it as a signal, a message, a whisper that you were made for more. But not more out there, more of Him. Every day, God's love is available. And not just available, overflowing, unchanging, unfiltered. He doesn't love the future you more than the present you. He's not waiting for you to get your act together before He pours out His grace. It's already flowing. The only question is, will you slow down enough to receive it? We live in a world where productivity is praised and rest is earned, where vulnerability is risky and perfection is worshipped. But God's love breaks all those systems. It says, you are enough right now. Come. Be still. Let me love you. Let me carry what you've been trying to hold alone. That kind of invitation undoes us, but it also rebuilds us from the inside out. When you begin to make prayer a daily rhythm, not out of fear, but out of longing, you start to live from fullness, not for it. You stop performing, you start receiving. And the irony, the very things you've been searching for externally, peace, purpose, love, stability, begin to rise from within. You were never meant to find them in the world. You were meant to carry them because of who lives inside you. It's not that jobs, relationships, or goals are bad. They're just not enough. They were never meant to be. They are blessings, but they make terrible gods. They can complement your life, but they cannot complete you. And the more you expect them to, the more exhausted you become. Because the well always runs dry unless you're drawing from the source. The daily habit of prayer is not about checking a box. It's about plugging back into the source of your life. It's where your identity is clarified, your wounds are healed, your fears are silenced. It's where God meets you. Not the version of you wish you were, but the real, messy, tired, confused you. That's where transformation happens. That's where the emptiness starts to fade. Not because life is easier, but because you're no longer facing it alone. God isn't a concept. He's a person. And his love is not a theory. It's the most powerful, soul-filling force you will ever encounter. And yet most people walk past it daily, searching for something shinier, louder, trendier. But those things always fade. God's love doesn't. So if you've been searching and you're tired, this is your moment. Not to try harder, but to surrender deeper, to stop looking out there and start turning inward, to start asking the deeper questions. Have I let God love me? Do I talk to him like he's real? Have I allowed his voice to define me more than the world's noise? The answers you seek won't come in the form of more. They will come in the form of him. Not a product, not a hack, not a miracle, just a person, a relationship, a daily communion that turns the ordinary into sacred ground, that takes brokenness and turns it into beauty, that meets your exhaustion not with more expectations, but with peace. Now here are some practical steps for daily connection with God, who created you and knows exactly what your heart needs. His love is the only place your soul will find true rest. 1. Daily praying. Praying daily, even if only for a few minutes, invites God's love to meet you where you are. You can begin your day by simply praying, God, I've been searching everywhere for fulfillment, but I need you to show me that what I need is found in you. Pause and let your heart be quiet before him. You may not feel instant relief, but your spirit will begin to open to God's comforting presence, replacing the restless striving with quiet trust. 2. Quiet reflection. Quiet reflection each day is a practical step to discover what you've been seeking in the wrong places. Set aside 10 minutes to sit without distractions and ask God, where am I searching outside of you for what only you can give? Allow any thoughts or areas of your life to come to mind and bring them honestly to God. This reflection helps you notice patterns of striving or hidden fears that are driving your constant search. 3. Journaling with God. Journaling with the divine daily allows you to process what God is showing you and to record your journey of learning, to receive his love, grace, and mercy. Write about where you are looking for fulfillment, how you feel, and what you sense God saying to your heart. Over time, you will begin to see how God is gently leading you away from empty pursuits toward a life anchored in his love. Each day, as you pray, reflect, and journal, you will discover that what you've been searching for isn't out there in the world, but in the daily quiet moments spent in God's love, where you will find the peace and fulfillment your heart has been longing for all along. Lastly, allow yourself to pause throughout the day and check in with God. even with a whisper like, "God, I need you now," especially when you feel the heaviness return. This ongoing conversation will remind you that God's love is not distant. It is available to you every moment. So know, what you've been searching for isn't out there. It's not around the next corner. It's not in the next achievement. It's not in the next partner, paycheck, or post. It's already within your reach. Waiting, whispering, inviting, not with pressure, but with love. And once you experience that kind of love, once you begin praying not as duty but as lifeline, you'll look back and realize you weren't lost, you were just disconnected. And now you've come home. Thanks for watching. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe for more ways to let God's timeless love radiate through your life every day. Hit the bell so you never miss a moment of His presence, and share this with someone who needs to feel God's love today. See you in our other videos.